Good afternoon, everybody. It is Sunday, December 8th, and we're going to review our data that came out on Friday, December 6th. Are you making a plan and waiting for the market makers to give you money, or are you rushing in to get instant gratification like the old Stanford marshmallow test? Each day, we lay out in our prep the best trades, quick reasoning for the market, and get you prepared, but our students gain a much more in-depth approach to the markets to set them up for knowing who is in the market and when that participant will enter or exit. This week, we'll peek behind the curtain to see how we knew when there would be accumulation and distribution on Monday for the rest of the week, and knew when a large whale was coming back into the market, as we mentioned on our video Monday for Thursday and Friday. Were you prepared? First, a quick reminder that derivatives trading is inherently risky and past performance is not indicative of future returns. Commercials on the SPX are still net short, as well as large speculators. Nothing's at a triggering level, so we're just waiting and watching the development here. Some trades that are beginning to trigger are in the euro, corn, and wheat, and those will be our top watches. We will post our weekly levels on X on Monday for the ES, corn, wheat, and the euro. Corn, remember that these futures are against a physical product. So just like we've done in the past on oil and natural gas, when commercials go long, we're expecting prices to go lower. When they're short, we're expecting the product to go higher. We will watch this closely, but the last few weeks when we flipped to short, corn has rallied almost 10%. We're watching for that to continue for the time being. With chatter today about Russia and Ukraine ceasefire from President-elect Trump, we will watch over the coming weeks if the long position that's currently at a 1-year maximum will push us lower, or will the long position now go away and we can see a rally again in wheat. If you are trading these, don't forget about the ASB and the WASD reports, as those will come out. Euro here, when commercials first go long, we usually see a spike before the down move, and that has played out again. Now we'll watch for the continued long position to be a sign that the euro will fall and dollar will strengthen. If they start selling some of their futures, then that will be a sign that the 6E is going to rally a bit. And as we can see on this chart, when the short position gets covered as well, in the past, in July, in June, and then starting in August of this year, we see the drop in the market. And that's what we're going to watch again, because there's a physical item that is being hedged. So we're going to be watching that this week as well to see if that continues to grow and will push us down, or if we begin to go short, and then that will likely push us continued higher. So let's review this past week while peeking behind the curtain. So we laid out our levels for you on Tuesday, Monday evening and Tuesday, when we had our COT data for last week. And we had our upper rotational zone and pivot, which framed the market very well for the week and gave a couple nice trades on Tuesday, Thursday, and Friday if you're planning those bigger picture moves. On Monday, we had a very large bid in the market, and we mentioned that it was going to come back. We knew this on the 2nd, then on the 5th and 6th, we were going to see another large participant return. It was going to drop on Tuesday and Wednesday before coming back into the market in the latter part of the week. And that's how we could see this coming. At Friday's close, we knew that between 60.37 and 60.67 in this area is where we would have that $26 billion buyer. And that is what kept the market high and kept the range contained. And our market ended up for the week looking almost like a Bactrian camel, where we had our down move into each of the areas we expected before the markup on Wednesday, and then the second hump day on Friday on NFP. And that's how these flows played out. And so on Monday, we had that distribution into that large bid. We came right down to that edge where that $26 billion would get pulled away in Globex. And then we came right up to the top, where then that becomes a 10% difference in the flows. And that's all that we had was distribution. Then you knew the next day they'd be sellers. So we reaccumulate ahead of that large bid that's going to return on Thursday and Friday. Tuesday was overconfidence day. And as Warren Buffett says, be fearful when others are greedy and greedy when others are fearful. And on Tuesday, we had that fearful day where then we want to be greedy and we want to start buying. We were underinsured, so nobody had risk. Everybody was greedy early on. And as the market started to go down, they became fearful. So now we have that reaccumulation. And we knew that that large bid, just like John Connor and Terminator, would be back. And we knew it was going to be on Thursday and Friday. So that tells us Tuesday's reaccumulation. Wednesday is the markup day for that Thursday and Friday distribution into that large bid. If you're watching the DOM and trying to find the bid, you're really playing the game at a disadvantage. If you can see the business and know when the market will be busy, you can stock yourselves the shelves the way a retailer would do for Black Friday because you know how many customers are going to come in within a reasonable amount of error. And you can plan so that you don't have too much product, but also not too little where you're running out. And so Tuesday we had jolts, and again, we went down into jolts, and this is the pattern we've laid out for you several times since before Thanksgiving, where when we're underinsured for data, the tail risk is the downside, and then we make the upside push afterwards. And that's all that we had playing out here. And then on Wednesday, we had our markup. So we had ADP coming out in the morning, and we made our move lower again. People were underinsured. And then we chopped around, again, reaccumulating everything ahead of that Thursday and Friday big bid return, and went down into Powell speaking and then rallied into the end of the day. So the same thing playing out here again as we are underinsured. The tail risk is the downside, and then we recover. And if you didn't expect this, what are you doing in the markets? Learn to take the easy money when it's there. So Thursday, we go back to distribution mode, right into our big bid. And we knew where this was going to be in between just under our orange level there and just up to our red. And that's where the day stayed. We stayed inside that large bid for nice distribution. In our prep, we laid out the trades and gave you part of the why. If you want access to these tools and to learn how to see this days in advance and trade it like a professional, then check out our courses to level up your game and get access to proprietary tools that institutions use. On Friday, we had our NFP flush right down to our lower level where we told you in the pre-market that we would see our lower rotational zone for a move back up to 6,100. And if you were fast enough, you could get long right in that move for a nice 25 to 30 point move back up. We knew where this was going to be because, again, we have a large bid in the market that's going to set these edges. And right where that bid starts to change is where we put in our high on Friday before coming lower. We mentioned 30 minutes before NFP came out in our live prep where the tail risk was. And we came right down there for a perfect low of day long. Not sure what else you guys could ask for. We gave you the levels, the trades, and who was going to be in the market. So if you don't know where these bids are coming in ahead of time, days in advance, then you're really playing this at a disadvantage. And you want to learn to study the other side of the market, that market maker, the ones that are pulling the strings and taking your stops. You want to study them the way that Patrick Mahomes or Joe Burrow would study a defense. That's how you rise to the top of the game and you win. So we will post our levels on X on Monday for the rest of the week and give you out the plans as well as our daily preps. Have a great day and a great weekend, everybody. Stay safe trading this week.